Hello and good afternoon. I hope that you can all hear me. So as we all get together, I welcome you to this live session whereby I am getting a chance to talk to all of you. So karibuni sana sana. I'm looking at the numbers as the people are adding up and coming up. So I'm very, very happy. Just asking my team, Martin, whether you can see me and everything in session.
Yes, I've seen you.
So we are good to go. And I want to say that I'm very, very pleased that God has given me this opportunity for us to be able to talk again. We talked a few weeks ago, and it's important for us this weekend to talk about the important things that are running our country. I always joke and I always say that the government of Uhuru and Ruto is a fairest government, or the most fair government, or the well-balanced government. You never had a government as balanced as that of Uhuru and Ruto. Why? Because regardless of whether you voted for them or you do not vote for them, you are suffering. Kila Mkenya anateseka. Kuna upungufu wa hela, kuna ukwasi, kuna upungufu wa vitu ambavyo ni muhimu katika hali ya maisha. Maisha yamekuwa magumu sana. Kama vile Christian Shusho aliimba, inaonekana ya kwamba umaskini umekuwa kama wimbo. You work and toil and things just get harder and harder. So I want to welcome all of you. Before I begin, I'd like to say I want to recognize that today is International Cancer Day. And being an International Cancer Day, a celebration of fighting cancer, I'm very proud of the work that we've done in Machakos. I'm the only county with a county-built and operated cancer center. We used to go out and we used to test people, and you test people and people say, oh, they have cancer. Then now you refer them to Kenyatta or other places. They go and line up and then they die. So you say there's no need of testing people. You test mothers, you tell them you have cancer, then you let them go and die. Let's also treat them. So we formed the Machakos Cancer and Research Center, whereby people go. Once there's pathology, you can do biopsy. We've got a state-of-the-art lab. Once you're found to have cancer, then you are put on a treatment module, especially, and there's chemotherapy. We don't have the advanced machines which we want to get in this coming financial year, so we can do radiotherapy, but we put people on chemotherapy. So if we get your cancer early, stage 1, we're able to cure you. And we've got hundreds and hundreds of people have come in and they're benefiting. So that Kenya is not only for the rich, it is for all of us. So that's where we are, and I'm very, very happy about that. The other thing is that when you look at the political scene in our country, it's funny, you see it's the same guys, shifting from one coalition to another coalition, jumping from one house to another house, saying this is better than the other one, because sometimes people present themselves up there so they can be auctioned. It's like an auction, unasema nimetoka hapa, niko hapa. Nilisikia mwingine akisema ya kwamba yeye alikuwa ni kama subsidiary wa kampuni fulani inaenda mali fulani, because all they care about is about themselves. It's not about the people. It's about them, and because of our culture of just following a leader, akienda hapa tunahama, tunaenda hapa. We are not asking ourselves, what are we getting from that place that person has gone? With that person anatupeleka wapi? So that is something that we have to be very careful in our country, and especially if you're a young person in this country. It's your future. Wengine watoto wao ni wakubwa, wamesoma, wana kazi, wewe uko hapo, wewe ni kijana, wewe ni msichana. Your future is ahead of you. You are a single mother. You are a young man with a new family. You are a young man, you've not married yet, or you want to have a family of your own. How will your life be? Utakuwa unaandika makaratasi unajaribu kuepa kwenda America. This is some things that we need to fix, and you can only fix by making the change ourselves. So it's very, very important. And then we get out of this culture of handout. I wake up every morning, people asking me for money, and you've not done anything for me. You've not washed my car. You've not done anything. We need to get out of culture of handout. You look at the US, you look at Singapore, you look at Europe. It was not made, even China, from handouts. People work. I went to school in the US, and you get the US nakuta mtu anasema will work for food. They're not saying give me money, I'm hungry, I want food. They say I will work for food. Nipeleke nikulimie shamba, nipeleke nikate nyasi, unipe hata chakula sio pesa. But here unatokea mali, tupatie kitu kidogo, nitumie kakitu. Hako kakitu kametoka wapi? Because my money is for me and my family. Your money is for you and your family. And it is that culture of nipatie kakitu that has perpetuated the corruption we see, because it is your money. And so that is something that we need to get out of that culture. We create an empowerment movement whereby, you know, you can wake up in the morning, work, and you're okay. And we're able to be able to continue, and life is able to move on. And as you move through life, there are two kinds of people. There are people who know what is going on, who celebrate your achievements, or there are people who try to pull you down. All they concentrate on are the small negativities, the small problems that are there, and they try to judge you from those small negativities. Mbona hukufanya hii, mbona hujafanya hii, mbona hujafanya hii, because all they concentrate on is the negativity. Those are poison. Hao ni kama nyoka mwenye sumu. You ignore those people, you move on. People will tell you that you're going nowhere. Hao waache, wataacho wanasema you're going nowhere, wewe uende mahali. And that's how I operate. You know, I don't hang out and remember and try to think about the negativity. You fix things and you move on, and then life moves on. So at this time, I ask you to send me some questions, and I'll be able to look at them, and we're able to continue. I see Franklin Musoki saying that roads and water we have done marvelous, and I say thank you very much. I concentrated very much on roads, because roads are able to connect people. Water we've done quite a bit, able to connect people and everything. Now Muturi asks me, tell us how you're going to deal with corruption. This is an issue that I talked about last time. Ufisadi ni shida, na shida ufisadi ni kwamba it's affecting everyone. You know, inatoka high level mpaka low level. Hata kupata P3, ukisimamisha ni polisi, kila kitu ni ufisadi. We have developed a culture of theft. Ufisadi ni wizi, by the way. It's not just corruption, ni wizi. And so what we need to do, and this is what I said, and this is what I've said in my manifesto, we have to fix the judicial system. That is from the arresting all the way to the conviction. One of the things to do is that in my government as the president of this country, I'm going to give all the money they need. I'm going to give the judiciary all the money they need. I'm going to tell the judiciary, Chief Justice, unataka pesa ngapi ndio set up a special corruption court? Wacha kusema mna pesa. Inafanya 24/7. Haishughulikii mambo ingine, haishughulikii ati mtu ameiba kuku, mwingine amepiga bibi, mwingine sijui aliiba pesa, sijui mwingine ameletwa hapo, sijui. Hapana, inashughulikia tu mambo ya ufisadi. Only that. Na tunaweka enough magistrates, enough judges wanafanya kesi. And then number 2, kesi ikianza, when a court case starts, it should end within 6 months. When election petitions go for these waheshimiwas, they end within 6 months. So wakati umewekwa pingu, uko hapo unafanya namna hii pale, kwa from the time umewekwa pingu, umepelewa kotini for a plea, to the time the ruling is given should not be more than 6 months. So that if you're innocent, you can go back to your life. Sababu Kenya watu wanaekelewa sana. If you're guilty, unaenda kamiti, unakaa huko. And I can say proudly, because I don't steal. I don't have any case against me. I've never had any case. I've never been taken to court and charged on any corruption, because I don't steal. Unasikia tu propaganda Mutua, nini. People who fight you because you don't join their cartels. Cartels fight you because you say the money I collect is my people. But I want people to be at. So when I become president, I'm going to ensure that we've got a system whereby within 1 year Wakenya watasema oh lolo, kesi zimefanywa, watu wamefungwa, ufisadi umeanza kupungua katika nchi yetu ya Kenya. So naona mtu anasema mimi niko na chama yangu. Godwin anauliza, namwambia niko na chama yangu inaitwa Maendeleo Chap. Why is it called Maendeleo? Because it's an ideology. It is not a movement. It is a party with an ideology. Why do you go to vote? You don't just vote for a leader because you want the leader to be there. Why do you employ Messi to play for a football team? Because Messi atafunga mabao, not Messi to just show up there. You don't have flower girl. Why do you employ, somebody to run, or somebody to come and paint your house, ama mtu akujengee nyumba ama choo? Because fundi anajua kazi, au muemploy kwa sababu ati ni kabila lako. And that's where we go wrong. The party is Maendeleo Chap because we need Maendeleo. Development is what we need in our life. You need to move in from point A to point B. You cannot mark time here. Our women tell you clearly they want even to be in relationships with people who are focused. Our men will tell you they want a woman who can also help them. Anafanya kazi, unafanya kazi, mnaleta kwa meza, mnashare. Family inasonga mbele. Ni kusaidiana. But you do that with Maendeleo. So my party is called Maendeleo Chap because of exactly that. It's a party of people being able to work together for development. Arunga Christopher ananiambia nitembee Kenya. Nataka kuambia kwamba hii wiki inayokuja naanza safari zangu za Kenya. Utaona inaendelea na to be able to continue and tuendelee. I'm looking at the questions here. Watu wanauliza kuhusu barabara ya Inkola. Watu wanauliza queries kuhusu Mavoko and pollution, something that is well noted. And tumekuwa na shida ya meds and non-medical because of the type of relationship we have with camps and others, but we've been able to sort out that problem, as I promised you, within a week or two. Well, by the time I do, I come back and work, and we have another Facebook Live that will be a story of the past, and I'll be doing some major changes in my government in the following few weeks, because truly some people need to go home. Watu badala ya kwenda kazini wanaenda sherehe, watu badala ya kwenda kazini wanaenda kufanya biashara zao, watu badala ya kwenda kazini wanaenda kufanya mambo yao katika sekta zote. Either you work or you go home. Kwa hivyo ukisikia natuma watu nyumbani, I'm working on it. I was talking to my county secretary juzi, and mtaona some changes. Naangalia what have been Jimmy Arab Limousines anauliza what plans do you have for Kenya? I have my manifesto very clearly, which I asked my team after this posting to repost my manifesto so that you can be able to look at it. All the things that we've talked about, you know, removing the bureaucracy, building 40 kilometers, 50 kilometers of tarmac in every constituency so that there are roads open up and create biashara. The power programs, the electricity programs that we have, all our polytechnics people will be able to study for free as they do in Machakos, so that you can be able to build your skills and be employable. People to be able to access credit, very low credit, so that you can be able to own your own home, paying only 1%. So I've got a good plan for Kenya, so to transform Kenya into the second world. I'm looking at, I want to recognize Anthony Odida watching us from Brazil, Bariako, and Willie Chinese from Busia, and Best Betty watching from all the way from Misri, Egypt. And I want to say karibu sana. Kevin Arasa anaongea kuhusu Athi River and mambo ya garbage everywhere na barabara. Those are the things I'm talking about, people going home. Na utaona mambo imebadilika kabisa. In terms of roads, we are building the Nyambura road, and a bit of those roads we are clearing and fixing them up. I wish I had enough money to do everything. We don't have enough money to do everything. The money we have to separate, some for roads, some for water, ingine ya madawa, ingine ya hii na hii na hii. So it's about resources. That's why we have to grow an economy, and that's why I say that I want to create employment. You know, 4 million jobs, 5 million jobs within 3 years. How? By getting into manufacturing. We are buying everything from China. You know, why can't we build and have factories building things for the rest of Africa? I was watching a video, somebody was laughing and saying that we were complaining about the other day at KFC inanunua waru kutoka ngambo. But look at what we're using. Wewe unashika simu yako iPhone, uko na Samsung, uko na Tecno, uko na imetengenezewa wapi? It's not made in Kenya. It's all being imported. Waru inakuwa imported, simu inakuwa imported, iPad inakuwa imported, vitabu inaprintiwa ngambo inakuwa imported. We become an importing country. Why can't we be an exporting country? And to do that, we are going to build factories in every constituency. They are called a business park. The way they did it in China. In China, it's in every village. In my government, I've done Madhabu, it will be 252.5 billion within the first 2 years. We build factories so that we say all the shindanos, all the bicycles for Africa, zitakuwa zinatengenezwa Kenya. All the materials, zitakuwa zinatengenezwa Kenya. All the containers, all the slippers za kuvaa ya miguu, all these things, parts ya simu zitakuwa zinatengenezwa Kenya. So we ship them to the rest of Africa. Africa is a big market. That's why China, Germany, everything wanalete hapa. Magari inaletwe hapa. I want us to get into manufacturing vehicles. We get into where we say that no car will be sold in Kenya unless that car has even been put together in Kenya, assembled in Kenya. Tunaambia BMW, if you want any BMW sold in Kenya, then that BMW has to be assembled in Kenya. Renault has to be assembled in Kenya. So that we start by assembling, the next thing we're manufacturing our own Kenyan vehicle. That is how you grow jobs. That is how you get consumerism, money being able to circulate. Somebody anauliza about police brutality and fairness in the dispensation of justice. This is a very big problem. And I have a strategy in terms of that. And that comes down to Basically, we have to weed out the bad people, because majority of the police officers in this country are good people. Unaona ni mtu ametoka nyumbani, ameitisha kazi, they are good people, they work. But they also work under difficult conditions. Umeona zile nyumba zinakaa, wewe unalala nyumba moja, uko hapa, mwingine yuko hapo, unafanya mapenzi na bibi yako hapa, mwingine anafanya mapenzi na bwana yake hapo, nyumba moja ni kakaratasi ni kakitambaa kame divide. Mnapika hapo. Mmoja akinyamba inaenda nyumba nzima. I mean, it's a shame. We askari, I mean, what psychologically, that's trauma. The government of Uhuru Kenyatta has tried. They have been building home offices and everything. Now they have got the move, but they have not done enough in terms of really empowering our police officers. Let's pay them well. Our police officers should be paid well, such that there is no reason for them to collect bribes. So that you're collecting bribes, you're actually being greedy. And then what we'll do, we'll set up a system whereby we can be able to get them. Tuma watu wanawapatia hongo, unapatiwa hongo, unachukua na kwa pingu, unaingia ndani. We with them kabisa. Majority 90% of police officers are good people. Your brutality yao, your pressure yao, we align our system like they do in the West, so that everything is able to move clearly. About land rates and penalties waivers, we are getting to that. We are discussing with my cabinet. We will be giving waivers very soon, so we can be able to collect extra resources. It's a plan that we have within the next 2 weeks. John Safe Mutinda, following me from Mombasa, karibu sana. And I've answered about land rates penalty. I want to do it I want to do the land rates waivers within a month or two, so that it can continue. And now other people wanasema kuna wengine hapa ambao unajua, there are some people who talk badly because they are in certain political persuasion. Ndio watu wanakuwa they are weak people. You know, ukiona mtu anakutukana anaongea mbaya, that's a weak person. Huyo ni mtu tumbo yake ni weak. Those are weak people, we pray for them. Mungu awabariki, because all they know is about insults. I want people who know that our country is going forward, but the solutions to our problems lie among us. There's a reggae artist called Mutambaruka who said, do you feel weak when I speak? Do you feel caught in the web of hopelessness? When I say black, do you feel it's an attack? Would you love me more if I spoke less about the poor and more about the women I adore? The problems to the solution of the problems that we seek, that we have in this country, lies in us. And we are the ones who are able to hold each other and be able to move forward. And that is one of the reasons I'm running for presidency. I'm running because I want to change this country. We need a new face. We need a revolution. We need a new way of doing things. With the experience I got from working for Mwai Kibaki, 10 years, mzee amenyamaza. Unajua mzee alikuwa anatoka kama Nairobi, anaenda tuseme ni Meru. Yeye anaenda kwa gari, asimami atilika nini kunilia watu mkono, hapana. Anaenda anamaliza function, anarudi ofisi, anakaa chini, anafanya documents. Before you know it, 2 days later, a week later, pesa inazunguka Kenya, mijengo inaenda, credit iko sawa. Hao wengine wanaenda kila stop kunilia watu, kupiga siasa, anarudi, pesa iko wapi? Tumefilisika. I am going to be like Kibaki. We work. Umeniandika kazi ni kufanyia kazi. Huko unaandika kazi ni kuwa napiga siasa all the time, kuonekana kila village, kufurahisha watu, kupiga stories, and at the end of the day unalala bila chakula, unalala njaa. You want money. You want a president who wants for you to get more money in your pocket, not a storyteller. So I want to have that experience of Kibaki, of turning around the economy. Plus now I've been a governor for 2 terms. I know how devolution works. I'll be able to enhance devolution, be able to work with governors, so that governors can put money in the right place. You see what I've been able to do with Machakos with very little resources. Being able to dig over 650 boreholes, being able to do over 200 kilometers of roads. I'm the only governor building tarmac roads. Ask yourself why? Where does Mutua get the money from? I want to give the formula to all the governors in the country, so we can have roads, we can have we can have proper markets, we can have factories, we can have counties moving, national government moving. Within 5 to 10 years, Kenya will now be considered a second world country, moving towards first world status. But that needs a leader who is focused, who is knows what they do. Not a leader tumpatie ni wakati wake, tumpatie huyu ni nini. Hapana. That is why we need to do these things without insulting people, without trying to hit on other people, by focusing on issues and not on personalities. Kuna mwingine anasema Kibaki never used cars. Wacha, I worked with Kibaki and I was in that motorcade all the time. Hao ni watu wajui kile wanaongea about. Kwa hivyo nakuambia kwamba uangalie, because it is sad when I see a grown person spewing ignorance in this day and era of inaitwa nini, of technology. Mimi sikuona Kibaki akitembea na mguu kutoka Nairobi anaenda Mombasa. Si alikuwa anaenda na ndege, anafika anaingia, ama anaenda na gari. We went to Nyeri many times with Kibaki on the road. We went to Nakuru on the road, and so we know Kibaki used to work, and his style helped Kenya. Everybody who remembers Kibaki's days knows that Kenya moved forward during Kibaki's days, and I want to go back and capture the dream that Kibaki had for this country and propel it, because ilipotea hapa kwa serikali ya Uhuru na Ruto. Wizi ukaongezeka, wengine wanaiba uchana, wengine wanaiba usiku hivi. Uhuru akasema yuko peke yake, akaanza kufanya kazi peke yake. Mwingine akasema anatangatanga Kenya, and yes, they are playing their own politics, but who is suffering? It is mwananchi. Nyinyi mnafurahisha watu na stories, but at the end of the day you go back home after all these political rallies. Are you any richer? Are you better? Is your mother better akienda kwa clinic kutibiwa? Is your sister better who is at home ana mtoto ajua anakula nini kesho? Are they better? No. So we need a system where it doesn't matter who is the president in terms of whether they are from your tribe. You need somebody you employ who can work, and that's why I'm here presenting myself as your servant, as the next president of the Republic of Kenya, when I'm young with the energy. I'm even older than how Obama was when he became president of America. I'm the right age with energy to work. Siendi retirement, mimi naingia kazi, nifanye kazi, niende kabisa, so that you can now be able to go forward. Thank you Kiprori Kibet for your comments, and Muhia and Arian Abdi na wale ambao wanatuangalia kama vijana. Nasema wakati huu ni wakati wetu vijana. We need a generational change. And at times ukitaka kutoa nukes, you just toa hiyo nukes. Kwa tumekuwa na hiyo nukes, kiongozi anaingia, we in the same nukes since independence. Tuachane na hao, tuanze na watu wapya. And watu wapya ni Mutua, because you look at all these guys, they have been there, all of them. YK92, kina Ruto, kina Jirongo, I mean, they have all been there. So let's toy your nukes. Let's start anew. Let's say we want Kenya to be able to move forward and start anew. Let me look at some of the other comments that have come in. Somebody is asking about working with Raila and Ruto. Coalitions in this country are a real thing. But even before you decide to join a coalition, you have to be able to have an ideology. Me, my ideology is Maendeleo chapter. And I may have to work with people who come in to support me as the president of this republic, to work with them so that we can be able to go forth and change our country. Wanjiko asks, and she's watching from Virginia, about diaspora. And that is one of the things that we are pushing as Maendeleo chapter. We have already, there's a court case that we are getting enjoined in court to say that if the diaspora is not voting, then we shouldn't have any votes. Because diaspora are sending a lot of money to this country. And they know, when you talk to an American, when I talk to somebody who lives in America, who is a Kenyan living in the US, or living in Australia, or living in the UK, or living overseas, wanasema Mutua, you're on the right path. Because wamefunguka macho. They are not under the myopic, hii yetu tumekoma hapa, yo kabila. Wanasema yes, they know when somebody is working, rather than just following somebody for the sake of following. And they appreciate, the diaspora appreciates me more, because they have seen what has been done in the other countries by focused leaders who focus on issues, not personalities. Like me, I focus on issues, not personalities. It is about what I can do as your servant, not ukabila, not all these things that are there. I want to also thank the ones who are watching. I'm looking at somebody is asking about high taxation, which is hurting SMEs, and I want to say yes, we are overly taxed. One of the things I'm going to do is reduce taxes from the 30% to about 25% to even 22% for income tax. I lived in the United Arab Emirates, and this is where my experience comes in, whereby there's no income tax. Ukifanya kazi unapata pesa yote, all of it. How? Because they have done something called broadening the base, which is my philosophy in my manifesto, is broadening the base. Broaden the base, charge people. Business taxation is only 5% in the UAE. Why? Because they believe we charge pesa ndogo, lakini charge watu wengi. Collect taxes by growing industries, so that people are able to grow industries. But you can only do that when you remove bureaucracy. There is so much bureaucracy in this country of ours, Kenya. So much bureaucracy. We have to remove bureaucracy. Ukitaka kitu ni one document, leo, kesho, you move on. I was in Australia the other day, spending time with my my children, and having a wonderful time with them. And I traveled, I lived in many countries. You apply for a passport in Australia in the morning today, you get it tomorrow in the morning, 24 hours. Do you want to say that because an Australian passport comes within 24 hours, that passport is of less quality than the passport in Kenya that comes after several weeks? No. It's about efficiency. Unamalizana na hiyo mambo. I went to Rwanda, nikaangalia. Rwanda, you register a company. It is free of charge. Unaandika makaratasi, unajaza, unapost everything. Within 6 hours, unaweza fungua kibanda, you've paid all the licenses, unaanza kutrade. You're working 6 hours. Within, not after, not at, within. At times it's only after 3 hours, 4 hours. An investor comes to Rwanda and calculate billions. Within 2 weeks, umeanza kujenga factory. Wako na permit zote, including work permits. In Kenya, it's 18 months, 24 months, if you're lucky. We are chasing away investors. We are the problem because the leaders who get in there do not have a concrete plan. Me, I want Kenya to be the Singapore of this region. I've studied how they did it in Singapore. You know, by engaging into a system that you work on what business people call low-hanging fruits. Remove bureaucracy, empower Kenyans. Kenyans are creative, they are smart, they are hardworking. All Kenyans need is an opportunity. Tuwapatie ndoano wakamate samaki. Not handouts. They want hands up to be able to move on. And that's where we are going. And that is where we need to continue. Somebody is asking about the CBC curriculum. And I see where it's coming from. Because unauliza yourselves. Why is it that in the US, in Australia, in Japan, in these very developed countries, they have the CBC curriculum? Because it doesn't test memory. It tests application. Unakuta mtoto ameenda kufanya mtihani wa standard 7 8, baba yake amefariki juzi. Mtu ameenda, hawezi pita mtihani, then your life is finished. Ama you are so good at building things, but ini kuja kwa mtihani, your memory is not as sharp, but you can refer, you can Google, you know how to apply. Wanasema American education sio mzuri, but Americans are coming up with vaccines. They are building jets, super jets, you know, that carry people. They have the best hospitals. They have all these things through their CBC. So, I mean, it's an expensive one, but it's going to be cheaper for us in the long term. We're going to build people who are going to be able to do a lot of work, you know, and be able to move forward and tuendelee. Mwingine ananiambia tuende huko Turkey tuone na nataka kuvote from Turkey and all that. That's what we're working on, and be able to move this country in a good way. Mwingine anataka loan niishi USA. Unaona sawa, anataka loan waende out of this country. Watu wataki loan wajenge Kenya, because kujenga Kenya inakuwa bureaucracy imekuwa too much. I want people to invest, you know, franchising. Make Kenya a country where dreams can come true, you know, and whereby you know you can work in the morning, you're not being harassed, you do the right thing. It's very clear. Ukijaza form in the West, una tick boxes 1 2 3 4 5. You don't even know whether you're going to get a visa or a permit. Utapata, because you've ticked the boxes. You put your documents in order. It is predictable, and that's what we need. And thank you, Pauline. Kusema you need somebody like me who is gonna get Kenya to the next level. And Twis Mwai is asking about the wage bill, and asking about the, you know, tuko na wage bill ambayo ni ngumu, ni high sana. The wage bill is high because also the money we are getting is not enough. When you get industrialization, you do this massive infrastructure development. When you remove bureaucracy, when you support SMEs, when you got this program of educating people so they can get into skill-based programs and be able to work, you are essentially growing the economy. That's what I learned from Mwai Kibaki. Then when the economy basket grows, then you find that the wage bill looks very small because the amount is bigger than what you have. So because you need the employees, you can't fire people. You can't start saying watu waende nyumbani ambao are earning a keep because they help in the consumer driven. What you need to do is to grow the basket, make it bigger, you know, and then you make sure that you only retain people who are able to work, people on contract, people able to work clearly and be able to deliver. But also, ukiangalia public service where you got permanent and pensionable is a good system. It works because people know they have got an ability to be able to go to work and work for a long time in their life, and also carry a career when they move from stage 1 to stage 2. So working in the national government that I've done, and working as in the county government, I understand how to do these things. Now you look at the massive debt that we've acquired. Debt is inevitable when you're poor. when you've got bureaucracy, when there's massive corruption. Because you have to keep on borrowing. You go to some of the countries with massive debt and corruption, you find very good highways because they borrow so that wanaweza kula. Like look at the cost of doing roads in Kenya. A Japanese came to Kenya, akasema, you're very rich. You're building a road in Kenya at 10 times the price we build the same road in Japan. Yet we are poorer and we are borrowing to build because we set our prices too high. Ukijaribu kujenga barabara at a low cost, wanasema ni barabara mbaya, wanakuja wanatoboa mashimo, hii barabara chap chap inaenda, and the roads are still there today. It's because people are all cutting deals. But what are the deals? Deals is your money. It's your money you're suffering. Na unasema ndio viongozi. So we need to get be able to work with people. Kuna mtu ananiambia nimsaidie na bili ya 20,000. Nasema sisi hapa naelewa kuna hiyo shida. Mimi Machakos watu waulizi bill because I have brought in universal healthcare in Machakos. Ufanyiwe brain surgery, ufanyiwe heart surgery, ufanyiwe nini, treatment is free, 100% free. Uvunjike mguu, wakina mama wanazaa free, ulale hata ICU unalipa zero. Cancer treatment ya 10-20 million you pay zero. Universal healthcare, it is affordable. We've had challenges the last few months because of this hii pesa kutoka national government imechelewa, so we've had problems with commodities which we are sorting out, but we provide free healthcare and it is possible. Nataka Kenya yetu ukiwa Kiambu usiseme ya kwamba nikutumie 20,000 utoe mgonjwa hospitali, because kazi yako ni kwenda hospitali na kutoka. You go to Australia, you go to Canada, you go to Japan, they have universal healthcare. If you go today to a country called Malaysia, and we went to Malaysia have universal healthcare. Everybody gets treated for free. Tulienda Malaysia, unauliza Malaysia, can you tell us how you set up this program? Wakasema, it's very easy. We use the manual. So which manual? Wakaenda kwa cabinet wakatoa, wakafanya imeandikwa Kenya's Program for Universal Healthcare 1972. They took our manual, they went and implemented it word by word. It is made by Kenyans for us. Na weko sawa. Sisi yetu dust because of self-interest. Terrible kabisa. Terrible kabisa. So let's keep on the questions coming. I need a chance to be able to blow my nose kidogo, alafu tuweze kuendelea. Hapa tukiendelea hivi. Yes, keep on coming. John Maina. Watu wanauliza, citizens need to know the economy grows because some do not understand and they may vote for the wrong person and they want to know how the economy grows. Let me give you a small economic issue before I talk about sports, because somebody is asking about sports. You see, the way the economy grows is this. The economy is about circulation of money. There's what is called micro and macro economics. So what the government does, government collects money from taxes. Taxes are what you pay once you get a profit from doing business. Unauza kitunguu, unatengeneza 10 shillings. Government inachukua 2 shillings. Hiyo inaenda kwa exchequer. Then what the government is supposed to do is use that money to facilitate businesses, build roads, provide public services like health, water, so that people live comfortably, so they're able to contribute to the economy. But the growth of businesses is in industries, industrialization. When the Americans, for example, after the Second World War decided to get into industrialization, and they built super highways, and then they built factories everywhere in all the states, that is what made America grow. Now, it's also about taking advantage of mineral resources that you have. A country like Australia has coal. So they have been able to harness that coal and be able to sell it to China and others and get foreign exchange coming in, money they did not have. Kuuza zingine. What is our coal in Kenya? We've got our tea. We've got others. Our problem is that we do not add value, innate value addition to our agricultural products, which my government will mandate that there is no pineapple you're sending in whole. There is no avocado you're sending in whole unless there are products that you need to send in whole. Hatutaki kutuma maembe inarudishwa kama juice kutoka ngambo. We add value. Leather, unatengeneza kiatu, let the shoes be sent finished. Umenipata? So our raw materials are added value, we get more money, we send it overseas, we get foreign exchange. That money comes in, that money the government is able to do things that enable the private sector grow. Now, you need to bring people. A country, for example, such as Croatia. Croatia is part of that network of former Soviet Union. You know, you heard of Yugoslavia, Czechoslovakia, Bosnia-Herzegovina. They broke apart. And Croatia is a very small country. If you Google here and you look at Croatia today, and I'm just Googling from my phone, and you look at the population of Croatia, you know, for example, unaangalia population of Croatia is estimated at 4 million people. That's like Kiambu County, you know, it's estimated at 4 million people. That's a very small country, Croatia. Yet Croatia walienda mpaka World Cup kwa kucheza mpira. Yet Croatia is giving Kenya scholarships. Croatia, in just the other day, less than 20 years ago, was nowhere. If you do Croatian economy, Croatia GDP, for example, utakuta per capita, utakuta GDP ya Croatia is 13,828.47 USD. That's Croatia, 13,828 dollars. That's it. Ukiangalia Kenya GDP Kenya, this is the amount of money per person. Kenya ni 1,500 USD. That low. Unaona? And you see, that's a problem we have there. Our economy inaenda chini. You know, our economy is so small. We are a huge population. This small country has become very rich. How? Because they realize that they don't have to use their own money. They're using other people's money. So they made it a haven. They said all manufacturing of vehicles in Europe will be done in Croatia. That means every Croatian yuko na kazi. Renault, Citroen, all these cars, Honda, they are all being manufactured in Croatia. Wakapeana free land. Wakapeana manufacturing is being done in Croatia. They are making money. That's how you grow the economy. That's how you're able to expand. So Croatia has enough money to give Kenya scholarship. It's a small country that was so poor. It broke up the other day. There was no government. Yet it is now richer than us. Because the leaders are thinking of how to utilize what they have in their country to turn around their economy. It's all about the money. It's all about the economy. That's all it comes down to at the end of the day. It's all about the money. Show me the money and all that. No, niko na homa kwa sababu ya allergies. Mtu anauliza about stress. Nimetoka ngambo juzi. I have a lot, niko na jet lag. So part of the jet lag ni a lot of allergies. Nilikuwa nimeingia mahali, nilikuwa nimekaa mahali palikuwa na some of this pollen, hiyo nyasi, nikaanza kusneeze, nikakuta kwamba hiyo nyasi inafanya ni sneeze, but inaenda tu in a few minutes inaisha kabisa. Once nyasi ni si homa, ni allergies, inaitwa allergies. That's why you pop something called a Claritin and others. I've always had allergies since I was a small child. You recognize some of these things. Lakini inatokea kwa sababu ya vumbi. We have so much dust in our country, which is what we need to turn around and have more tarmac roads and everything. Wacha niangalia hapa. Asante sana Frida KK. I see message yako ya mapenzi. Somebody is asking about biashara fund. Yes, money for people to be able to do business. Mwingine anauliza Sigei, recruitment ya prison next week, ya slot unapeana bure ama unauza? Mimi sinanga slot. I don't participate in corruption. I'm not given any slots. Nobody give me slots. Because we need to be able to compete on an even keel. When you apply for a job to be a police officer, to be in prison, you need to compete knowing that ukishindwa, haukushindwa kwa sababu majina ilikuwa imepeanwa na mkubwa fulani, ulishindwa because you did not make the mark. Not because you are qualified, wengine wameingia na back door. That's a culture that I'm going to bring in this country of fairness. We want fairness. Unazaliwa, it doesn't matter whether your father is rich, whether unajua mheshimiwa, or fairness. That is what we need. Naangalia, before I talk the church fund, mtu anauliza people being recycled. Grace Mali yangu anauliza they want modern leaders like me. Asante sana. Mwingine anasema asante governor, nilipata majeraha, anaitwa Baba Brook, nikaenda Mlolongo, nilitibiwa bure. cha ukweli, na mimi si wa macha. Hongera maendeleo chap. Asante sana. What is the view on regulations of churches in Kenya? That is something that I'll need to talk about. Who did you manage so use the county funds without corruption? Congratulations, making Machakos the best developed county. We anajiita Ben Langat. In Machakos County the scarcity of clean water. How are you doing about? Yes, actually in Machakos County hakuna scarcity of clean water as much as there used to be. I realized that we get more rain than they get in Jordan, they get in Lebanon, they get in Israel, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman combined. So why do we have shortage of water? It's all about harvesting. That is why I bought machinery where we've been able to dig over 520 weirs and dams for our people in the villages. People now in Machakos are using that water to do irrigation. I have dug over 600 and about 650 boreholes and done over 450 kilometers of piped water. It may not be enough. We may need about over 1,000 boreholes. We need over 1,000 dams. I'm still getting there. We don't have the resources to do these things. But I've been able to turn around the lives of my people. So we are not where we are. When we go to Machakos, that we had a problem of food relief. Wakati wa njaa tunapewa chakula. Siku hizi Machakos is not in the list of counties getting food relief. Why? Because nilitumia akili ile nilipewa na Mwenyezi Mungu na kama kiongozi. Nikasema let us copy what others have done. Nikaangalia what President Mtamaruka alifanya Malawi. The problem of subsidy, mbegu za bure, tractors to dig everywhere. I implemented that in Machakos. Did the water program. Today Machakos is not in the list of counties that are getting food relief. With the program, if a new governor comes in and in your program, in about 3 to 4 years, Machakos will be able to feed the rest of this country, Kenya. Why? It is possible. Israel receives less rainfall than Kenya, yet they send us food. They sent us food. Shame on us. Shame on us. It's all about thinking and application and choosing the right leader with the right heart for the people, not about themselves, but about the person who is able to work. You know, we are all human beings. This is what tumezaliwa pamoja. You know, nobody is better than anybody else. So let's not get this into this sycophants ya kufuata mtu for the sake of following them. We follow people who can actually help us and do something for us. Now let me look at another comment here. Somebody is asking about sports. And, you know, Serikali Uhuru Ruto talked about building stadiums. Ziko wapi? Me, I built my stadium in 1 month. I'm continuing building. I'll be launching my stadiums in a few months here, a month or so. I'll launch my stadiums. I'm building more roads because I have to work up to the last minute. As long as napata mshahara, iwe kuna wakati wa campaign, si wa campaign, I'll work for my people. Now, it is very important that we talk about something that I've seen some people asking here, and that is about voter registration. You know, your power lies in being able to go and exercise your right to vote. Not even to vote the right person in, but to vote the right people, the wrong people out by voting for somebody else. So nakuuliza tafadhali, if you've not registered, inaisha kesho. Please register. Have your vote. Samani, hizi allergies zinanisumbua sana. Register so that you can be able to exercise your freedom to go and vote. If not even for the right person voting, the wrong person out. So that you can also take and vote for me. Because nataka wewe unipigie kura. You know? So that you can be able to go. Danny Kalberg is saying your biggest investor in the world. I can invent anything. Karibu Kenya. Let's talk. Let's give you places where you can work. So that we're able to continue. Wengine wanasema about roads in Syokimau. Thank you very much. It's about the raw resources. That's why we need to increase the resource dam, you know, so that waendelee. Mtu anauza at 1,000 dams, then where people live. No, you set small dams in small places where dams that can be seen. And dams are about harvesting water. If you go to the United States or Europe, they don't depend on boreholes, they depend on dams. Harvest water that is from the sky. So hiyo maji aende kwa bahari. Kenya hatujasign contract na bahari ya Hindi. You know, ati maji yote inaenda Indian Ocean. Inatoka kama ni Athi River, inakuwa Athi River, inakuwa mto inaitwa sijui Galana, inakuwa Sabaki, inamwaga Indian Ocean. Hiyo maji to harvest, you know, river weirs, so that people can use that water. Then we just build purification plants. We do irrigation. That's the smartest way of doing some of these things, so that you can be able to move forward. naangalia some of you. Hashad Palmer, karibu, asante sana. Nancy for your comments. Mohia, your point is well made. Wengine wanasema mwingine aliiba sibiti ya chama. Asante sana. Unajua, the thing is about thank you Anthony. I know about Chokimau roads and I have a plan for it. Wakesho naona unaniita Kabaluko. Unajua sungura mjanja. Unajua wengine wananiita Kabaluko nafikiri ni matusi, lakini ni baraka kwa sababu mimi ni kama ule sungura mjanja. Walikuja Machakos 2013 wakasema 2017 wakasema tuna NASA NASA Mutua, NASA Mutua, NASA NASA, nikawa NASA. I came back on my second term. Yeah, nakuwa sungura mjanja unarudi. Wengine wananiita mtu wa sinema, nasema ndio kwa sababu mtu wa sinema akufangi, starring akufangi, anatoka hii movie anaingia nyingine. Tom Cruise kwa hii movie leo, kesho iko nyingine inaendelea, and that's where I'm going. Unafikiri unatukana mtu unamuita mtu wa sinema? Hapana, inatoka you go somewhere else. And I want to invite you from all over the country. Some of you are not from Machakos. Njooni muone Machakos. I mean, look at where we were in 2013. Machakos, who would go to Machakos? Kufanya nini? To do what? Land in Machakos on the highway was 150,000 an acre, 200,000. Now imefika 10, 12 million. You know, you can't get land, 15 million. Land prices have gone up because we built Machakos. Malls are there. We are doing things. You know, we've been able to turn around the county of Machakos so that now people are proud of where they come from. Machakos. That when other counties wanasemanga wametoka Machakos. Tumejenga barabara. We've not done everything because hata Mzee Jomo Kenyatta hakuweka maji kwa kila nyumba, hakujenga airport kila mahali, hakujenga hospitali kila mahali, hakuweza. President Daniel Arap Moi was president for 24 years. Hakufanya kila kitu, hakujenga hospitali kila mahali, hakumaliza kazi yake. Mwai Kibaki was president. Haimaanishi ya kwamba kila mtu yuko na kazi, ya kwamba kila barabara Kenya iko na lami. Uhuru amekaa kwa serikali na Ruto, kuna lami kila mahali? Hapana. Kuna maji kila mahali? Hapana. One person cannot do everything. I cannot be able to do everything in Machakos, but I have done more than any other leader has done in their region in this country, and I'm proud of that because ni uwezo wa Mwenyezi Mungu to give me the focus, not focus on me, but focus on my people and what my people want and where I can take them. That's what we want. Hii mambo ya power blackout, ukiturn right, left, power blackout. I lived in America for 7 years. We had blackout once, and that was through a winter storm. Na power ikakuwa reinstated within 24 hours. Winter storm. Kenya, mtu anakoa stima inaenda. And then look at the cost of doing business in Kenya. I will lower the cost of power. Power ikishatoka pale Kindaruma Dam, imetoka Masinga Dam, it should be free. Why should a company like KPLC be making profit? What I'll do is we need diversification, like they have done in other countries. I will introduce whereby people can also generate their own power and sell it. Let every county, every region have their own power generating company. Competition iingie. Si kuwa na kampuni moja. Look at supermarkets. They come, they fold. Another one continues. Why? Lakini ukitegemea one supermarket, you suffer. You suffer. Wacha supermarkets zishindane hapo. Moja ikiwa mbaya utasema hii stima yake inakatanga saa zote. Let me go to somebody else. Hii ikiharibika, you go to somebody else. Whoever is providing a good service, then you're able to move on. Because that is the Kenya we want, to be able to continue and do very well. Asante Kavato unasema People's Park is a place to be. It is. Na tuendelee hapo. Ngoja niangalie some of the other. Somebody is asking about the data economy and how people will be able to continue. You see, life has changed now. You go overseas, you find that children as young as 10, 12 years old go to class with their even mobile phones now. Unaambia baba kununulie kasimu, unaenda nayo, unafanya research nayo. We need to get out of that era where we thought that mobile phones or computers are a problem. We need to teach our people how to use information. The problem in this country, in the world, is not lack of information, that information is too much. You need to show people how to harness the right information and be able to deal with it as they go forward. Now, when I was somebody, Abdullah Osman Samo is asking about how to help the people of Northeastern. Edu Koigi is asking about agribusiness, which is a focus in my manifesto. How to be able to grow things. And is about onion, garlic, apple, potatoes, and how we can be able to import things like those we should be importing. And that's when Machakos has started what is called a quarter-acre program. So we can be able to grow things for the market, so people can remain with money in the pocket. Because at the end of the day, it's about having money in the pocket. Now, for our people of Northeastern, there's a program we started. It is not my idea. I have to admit, it's the idea of somebody called Ambassador Francis Mudaura, which was not implemented. And this is to go to Northeastern and look at, Northeastern culture. Majority of them are nomads. They move from place to place. What does that mean? That means they get very bad healthcare. They get very bad health service, very bad education services and others. People can still have their nomad, but we need to build for them centers. But you build centers by going close to where people conglomerate different sessions, and you build towns. Unachimba maji, una provide maji, unajenga shule, unajenga ofisi ya chief, unajenga an estate for people to be able to stay, unajenga mahali ambapo kuna dam ya malisho ya ng'ombe, ya ngamia na nini, na utaona watu watakuja. Even the men can go herding. Wanawake wameachwa hapo, watoto wanasoma, kuna healthcare, mtu akiwa mgonjwa usiku kuna hapo, kuna ambulances. That's a program I have for that place. And then you look at what they have. I bet today ukiangalia Northeastern iko na mafuta. We have oil, we've just not looked properly, so that they can also benefit from that oil. But even more important, let's build roads for them. Northeastern, they need roads that cut across, so there is connectivity. They are business people, so they can make money and have more money in the pocket, because they are children of this country. We are getting close to the end. We've got about 9 minutes, and mwingine anasema I've lived here 5 years, I can't compare my county with Macha. Asante sana. Wengine wamesema wametoka Rift Valley. Mbadha anasema asante kwa nyumba, kwa barabara tumejenga. Wanasema scarcity ya kazi, hiyo ndio shida ambayo tuko nayo Kenya. I mean the economy is not, hata nikifanya nini Machakos, if the national economy is not growing, it becomes a big problem kabisa, and that is why I want to be able to, kama Sasha anasema, we need to be able to empower our youth. Ukitoka kazini, there's a program you can grow. Ukifanya hivi na hivi, you get money for businesses, you're able to employ. And one of the things of turning down unemployment or creating jobs is to empower youth. Naambia mtu shika, takupatia pesa, you go and employ 2 people, and then from that 2 people, those people are able now to continue. It's a consumer driven economy. If you employ somebody, that person goes and buys mafuta. Watu wengi wananunua mafuta. Shopkeeper na realize watu wananunua mafuta, anaandika mtu wa kumsaidia kwa shop. Akimsaidia mtu wa kusaidia kwa duka, all of a sudden anarudi anasema, aya, hii watu wanasaidia kwa duka wamekuwa wengi sana, because now huyo mtu aniandikwa, amepelekea mama pesa, mama amekuja amenunua mafuta, anaandika mwingine. With sooner than later it continues. Naona message ya Rosa Parks imeshapita, they can resend it again ndio niweze kuona, alafu tuendelee. Mambo ni mzuri sana. Somebody is asking, will you leave Machakos to the right person? Yes, I'll leave it to the right person. I want a person who knows how countries operate. I want a person who knows how Machakos County operates. It's a matter of life and death, because if what I have done in Machakos gets in the wrong hands, we go back, then I'll have done zero. We need continuity of the right kind of thinking, of people who understand the systems and where we are going. That is what we need. Somebody who can also think outside the box. Somebody who is as sharp as I am, to be able to do. Somebody ambaye anaelewa how my government operates, and that's what we need kabisa. Asante sana Jimmy 513. Bwana Mawi, asante sana, utanipigia kura, nimesema asante. Christabel, I want to say thank you from where you're watching, and asante hiyo Wanjiro Maj about national grid should not be monopolized, and Koi for watching, and wengine wanasema ni kuwa waziri wa fedha ama waziri wa barabara. Me, I want to be the president. So Rosa Parks is also asking about, inaenda too fast, and asking about let me see, about retirement benefits, and then you have to undergo righteous progress wakati wengine die before the year. It's true. It's about the bureaucracy I was talking about earlier. It's your money, but getting your own money inakuwa ni process. It's like you've got to beg. Unafanya kazi, getting your gratuity, getting your pension becomes a problem, because we have this kasumba. It's as if public servants are doing you a favor. It's not your favor. It's a culture change. We put a system. Tick the 3 boxes. There's a timeline. You get your money. You move on. You invest your money. Life goes on, and that is the culture that I'm going to be able to get to our people. So I hope I've been able to tuendelee. Kuna jamaa anajiita Christopher Nyaburi, anasema I'll give you 3 tracks fixed with PS system throughout your campaign period. Christopher Nyamburi, NYAMBURY. Asante sana Christopher. That is very good. Christopher, I'll ask my people to be in touch with you, Christopher, so that we can be able to help us, and it is your help because I don't steal your money. Me, I'm asking for your support so that we can be able to continue. Asante, nimeona hiyo Eric Mudhoni umeipoint hiyo ya Rosa tena, and nimefurahi sana, and I'm very happy, and we've been able to talk kabisa, and mimi naenda kuitisha urais. So mimi nakuomba tafadhali, and I like saying this as my parting shot. Nasema ya kwamba hii mambo ya siasa ni kama shule. Wakati unaenda shule unakuwa na mwalimu aliyekufunza nursery, ukienda secondary, ukienda primary, already know mwalimu, huyo mwalimu unamwacha. Unakuta mwalimu mwingine wa primary anakufunza, unasonga mpaka standard 7 8. Ukimaliza unamwacha huyo mwalimu amekufunza math, science, home science nini, unaenda high school. High school unafunza physics nini, unahitimu. Huyo mwalimu kama si yeye ungeenda university, unaenda university, unakuta professor anakufunza kuwa daktari, anakufunza nini. All these leaders who have been there, they have done very well. We need to thank them. But there is also generational change. Ndio mimi nimeambia watu every time nasema asante sana Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, ukiwa na Oginga Odinga, mlitoa kwa kichaka mkatuingiza nursery, tukaanza kusema A B C D. Asante sana, mkatoa nursery, kutoka nursery Moi ukakuja ukatoa nursery ukatupeleka wapi? Primary, tukasoma tukaendelea vizuri. Kibaki ukakuja ukatoa primary, tunasema asante, ukarudisha secondary, tukasoma. Uhuru, Ruto, Raila umetusomesha vizuri, tumesoma secondary, sasa tunaenda university. You can't go with the primary school teachers to university akufunze. Sasa university hapo ndio mtakuta Dr. Alfred Mutua, hapo ndio ataweza kuwafunza, ndio tuweze kusonga mbele as a country. Kwa hivyo nasema asante sana, ndio mimi naomba kura yako unisupport. Na kusi kunisupport na one kura yenyu pekee yenyu hizi nifanye nikuwa president, na kuomba wewe ukuwe mtu wangu wa kunikampenia. Convince 100-200 people that we need a revolution in this country ya maendeleo chap ya Dr. Alfred Ganga Mutua, so this country can go to the next level, so that we can continue kabisa. As I conclude, I want to say that I want to thank all the people who've been logging in. I want to thank you for this conversation. In 2 weeks time we'll get back, we'll be able to talk again and be able to reason together, be able to do things together, be able to help each other, because I believe that I can change this country of Kenya. I don't want to be sitting there saying siwangefanya hapana. I want to be there changing this country the way I've been able to change Machakos, with the experience I got from working for Mwai Kibaki, with the experience we got for working for all these people and all that, so that we can be able to move this country from where it is to where we want this country to go. That is what is important. So Wangari kama unaniambia go for it. Chalo anasema Mutua for president, tunasema mambo ni fresh na Mutua. You know, maendeleo chap. Mambo ni fresh na Mutua. We want a fresh face. We want somebody who is young, somebody who is energetic, somebody who can move this country, galvanize and be able to move it forward. Nimesema asante sana, Mola wabariki, tuendelee hivyo. Let us love each other and work together. Thank you. God bless you. Mambo ni fresh na Mutua. Asante. And we've been live for about an hour, and so I'm finishing this session. Mungu akubariki, na ukiamka asubuhi useme asante, and thank you Irene. I see your message ukiwa Dubai. Thank you very much, and I love that what you've talked about, that you like somebody not preaching hate but appreciation and development. We've seen in Dubai, we've seen in Qatar, we've seen in the Middle East, we've seen everywhere. So I want you to know that I'm there for you and we work together. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you.